The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Open your eyes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open Your Eye on this Tuesday, November the 22nd in 2021. The podcast focused on the use of psychedelics as a medicine and the first video podcast here at Pace Radio Network. Normally at this time, I would introduce my joint host beside me, Cindy Howell, but I'm going solo this evening. The lovely Cindy is off tonight and not available to join us. We wish her well and best wishes, and we will see her back here in the joint host chair next week on Psychedelic Tuesdays for the next episode of the Psychedelic Reporters, and this time slot next week. So waves to Cindy. We miss you. We miss you. It's been a tumultuous day here at Open Your Eye. We originally had a guest scheduled to appear tonight that we announced on our show last week. Mark Whitaker is supposed to be in the house with us tonight, but he has also had an issue with a family emergency and has had to cancel. But as they say in the industry, the show must go on. So I'm here, and we've thrown together what I think is going to turn out to be a pretty interesting show that's probably going to be filled with lots of laughs, I would imagine, given the crew that I have lined up for us tonight. Filling in last minute and joining us here on Open Your Eye, we've got past guest and psychedelic entrepreneur, the lovely Miss Tarra is in the house. Caught her doing a dab, didn't give her no warning, said boom, there she is. And joining her, we have her sidekick extraordinaire, of course, is Miss Kathy is in the house with us. And last but certainly not least in my books anyway, the lovely Miss Jacinthe Jette is in the house. We've got 4 ladies here that are psychedelic consumers and entrepreneurs of all kinds. And we're going to just have a casual chat today, ladies, about the use and experiences in psychedelics and psychedelic medicine. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Tara. Hi, JJ.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to see you guys again.
I'm so glad you ladies could join us. Yeah. I mean, you guys are all busy. You're always busy, and I got all of you able to join me at once. It's fantastic. I'm surprised you were all available.
It was touch and go. I wasn't sure I was going to make it because I was out earlier when I got the message. So I was like, I got to race home.
I'm always down for shenanigans.
Gotta race home.
Right. Always down for some help.
Yes,
always.
I know.
Always.
Shenanigans is your middle name.
Yeah.
Kathy's full name.
Yeah, JJ, well, we can count on you for sure.
Yeah.
This is Kathy's middle name. Absolutely. We're going to get to know Kathy over the next hour, I'm pretty sure. And then, our audience out there will get to know her as well. Miss Shenanigans herself. Put the taser away.
Let me out first.
Let me out.
We're going to get into all of that so much more.
Best cab ride ever.
You just recently celebrated a birthday. Yeah, man, best cab ride ever for sure. We're going to get into that. But JJ just had a birthday a couple of days ago, and you've been doing some epic partying, my dear.
Yes,
Let's
I
start
have.
with you.
Oh,
We've
geez.
we've known about your mushroom trips, but you embarked on a different kind of journey this past weekend. What did you do?
Yes, I did. I ate a couple of blotters of LSD.
Atta girl.
For my birthday. Yes, I sure
Happy
did.
birthday.
That's
Right?
it.
Happy birthday!
We're gonna do it right.
Right? If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was
So it's been a long time since you've done acid, right? So what was that like going on an acid trip?
it was good. It was good. It was good. Um, it was lifting. It was lifting. I don't know. I find that it works better as a reset to use as a reset than the mushrooms do.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah,
So is it more intense effects than you're getting off the psilocybin?
yes, yes. I find that the mushrooms are there. I can't find the proper reset with the mushrooms, and I find that
Really? Even
and
the B pluses.
I got high. I didn't reset. I got high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah.
I got
You needed
high.
more for
I got
a
high,
reset.
all right.
High. Yes, high.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah. I was really hoping for a good reset actually, but no. I only got high. Yeah.
But you know why I think that might be though is because the part of the meal was infused with shrooms, and then the other part was infused with THC. So they kind of would have balanced each other out a little bit. How many grams did you do that night?
I had
She
two.
did too.
I did
Oh.
two,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
I also ate some penis envy with that.
Right. Oh yeah, we all ate some before dinner, didn't we?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we had a
It was a good
microdose
night.
before we left. Yeah, we had a microdose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I remember now. It's all coming
Yeah,
back
we
to
ate a
me.
lot that night. Yeah, we ate a lot that night. That
so,
was quite the
yeah.
night.
It was a
I
good
know.
night. Yeah.
I came
Yeah.
back and took some more when I got back.
Yeah. No, not me.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
pretty
It
much.
wasn't quite
Yeah.
enough for
Well,
a reset for me either, but I was pretty high.
Yeah.
well, that's the
Yeah.
thing, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for
I
sure.
figured that I understood that they were stronger than the ones that I microdose, right?
Right.
So I figured it probably would have triggered the reset, but no, I just got really high.
You
Had a
just
really
may
good
need a
time.
higher dose.
Yeah.
And
Try a higher
but
dose.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you need a higher
well,
dose.
that's what I did. Just
Yep.
not just not
Yeah.
just not in
so
the mushroom
acid
department.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
So
LSD worked. The lysergic acid
Yeah.
worked instead, right?
yes,
Maybe
yes,
being a different element. You've been doing the mushrooms for quite a while, so that could have a lot to
yeah,
do with it too. I mean, as we
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
especially with natural plant therapy, you build a
right,
tolerance really quick to mushrooms. And
yes,
you know
yes,
what reset dose you used. If you do another reset close together, you're going to need double the amount because it's not going to work the
exactly,
second time.
Yeah.
So by
exactly.
swinging over to the LSD, you can get a reset dose on a much lower level. So that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Well, to me it does. To me it does. I don't know if it does to
Yeah.
anybody else out there, but to me it does. And like I was telling Tara in the lobby before we started, I haven't stopped smiling since Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a
That's awesome.
permanent smile, put all over my face since Saturday. I just haven't stopped smiling. I got a pep in my step. I've been out and about all day today. I walked around. I did my house cleaning. It was done before 7 a.m. Like, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know.
You got that reset though, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
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 Because once the
it.
party died down and everybody went home,
Yeah.
I was still like high for another. I had another 8 hours to go
Oh wow.
after everybody left.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I mean,
That's a good
like,
time
I
for
mean,
sure.
Yeah.
I was here by myself.
Yeah.
It was just me. I put on I put on some meditation music, and that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Perfect. That's perfect.
And
And
okay.
different levels for different people will work for a reset,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah.
all talking about how we just got high on this one particular night that we all spent together tripping, but we had one member of our group who is absent today because she just had surgery. Shout out to Courtney Kruger, my girl. Wish she could have been here with us tonight, but you're recovering from surgery, and we wish you much love and healing vibes your way. But for our night that night, Courtney did get a reset.
Yes,
she did.
You did.
So
Yes.
different amounts work for different people
Yeah.
differently, right? And we all did
I think she
similar
had 2
amounts
grams.
that night, and she had an epic journey. Epic. I wish
I
she was
think-
here to talk about it
Epic.
because she had an
And
epic
she
Yeah.
did
journey.
2 grams. She did 2 grams as well
Yeah,
that night.
she had 2 grams. Yeah.
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 And that was a first time for her.
Yeah.
So that was
that
Yeah.
quite
was
the
an eye
eye-opener.
Yeah.
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 Poor kid.
She came out
But
with
she
the girls and
loved it.
did 2 grams of mushrooms for her first dose.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
party with the girls. Come on. We're going to show
And
you
they
how
were
to
B
do
plus.
this right.
They were B plus, which is a good beginner mushroom. So
Yeah.
yeah. B
Yeah,
plus are
it's
supposed to be
better.
a good
Yeah.
beginner mushroom for people that are newer to playing with this.
Yes.
B
Yes.
plus actually is a very good strain for that.
And like I mean, it
Yeah.
sent her
High in
right into
hallucinogenic
reset.
effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 It sent her
Yeah.
right into reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I mean,
So
it's
2 grams
and
for
but
one
then-
is not enough for another.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure even that night, if I would have eaten 3, maybe 4 grams of those B plus mushrooms, more than likely it would have triggered the reset that I needed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Really.
But
Yeah.
when you
I'm
don't
glad
know,
I
you
didn't do
don't
2
know.
grams. Fuck. I was high enough on the one. I was
I
scared.
actually,
I was all
looking back, I
right.
kind of wish I did because I wanted to be as high as JJ.
Yeah. Oh,
And I was pretty
Poor
damn
girl.
high. I was pretty high because every time I looked at her, she'd just go, "Nope, nope."
you know
And I
what
would just
started
start,
that?
like racking up,
Nope.
and yeah,
You know what started that? What started that whole scenario was one of the singers at karaoke. They started singing, and JJ and I looked at each other, and we're both like, because
Nope.
whoever it was sounded like a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old. We're like, that can't be a child. So
is that what was going on?
There's not a
Yes.
child in this place, right? What's going on? Yeah.
That's
It's just
exactly
Right.
their
what
voice.
was
That's
going
the
on.
tone of their voice was very childlike. But I mean,
Very.
it was a grown woman,
And
of
they're-
course. But the
And she's a
tone of the
smaller
voice was very
build.
childlike when they
Yeah, and she's a smaller build.
she's
So
a
when you
smaller
look, and
girl.
I'm half blind, so when I look over at the stage, I what I think I'm looking at is a 10-year-old, 12-year-old child, because they sound like a 10 or 12-year-old child,
And she was
and then
singing,
In a cannabis
she was
lounge,
singing
which
a love
doesn't make
song.
any sense.
right? So I'm all like,
Singing
what
about
the
having
fuck,
sex.
right?
Yeah, that was
So-
just a big no. That was just a big no. No.
Well, high on
No.
mushrooms.
Right? So
It was just a big no. And I was just wrong, you know?
I
Like,
guess I
mean, what's going
processed it a
on?
little quicker. Like, because JJ was still just like, no,
Turn
this
it
isn't
down.
happening.
Can't turn
Is
it
not
down.
happening. Yeah, that was
There's not a child
funny.
talking about sex on the stage in the Vapor Lounge,
No,
right? Please tell me
yeah.
that's not happening.
Yeah, no,
Right?
no.
That's
Thank
not
God
right.
it wasn't, because
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
I would have been
yeah.
like,
that's what sent it
No,
off.
no, no.
That's
Yeah.
no.
And then everything was nope from then on. No.
yeah,
Yeah, everything was nope.
Yeah.
From then on. It was
Yeah, it didn't matter what you asked JJ at
It
that
was
point.
quite
After that,
no.
it went, nope.
no,
Everything was
No.
no.
just no.
It was no.
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 Yeah. Yeah. When Jay
So
starts saying no,
we
I
were
think
tripping
it's time
pretty
to
good.
go.
Yeah, we were tripping pretty good. And by then, Courtney was well on her way to her reset.
Oh yeah.
Oh
And
yes.
You're like,
she
I
just
have
looked
got to go.
terrified because of where we were. And I
Yeah,
bring
she
this
was
up
like-
because I want to talk a little bit about environment when we're doing these things. Like that particular night for us, we did it on purpose and it was for fun.
Absolutely.
We emphasize that this is medicine and we all use it as a medicine. But with this particular medicine, you are able to use your medicine, but also use it in a way that you can have some fun. And
That's right.
that's
That's right.
exactly what this particular night was about. It was recreational use, for sure, hands down. It was a recreational night, and if we got a reset out of it, then bonus, right?
Right.
Off to the races you go. So, but it was absolutely for entertainment purposes that particular night. And
boy, were we
doing the same
entertained.
amount for each and every one of us. We were entertained. We had a great
So were
time.
the Uber
We had
drivers.
just a fabulous time
That poor
between
guy.
people's faces melting and walls melting, and
That's
just
right. You had
things
faces
were just
melting.
happening everywhere. Oh yeah. Naomi's face just kept melting. Every time I looked at Naomi, her face melted. Every time I looked at that bathroom wall, the bathroom wall melted.
I remember
There
that.
were
Yeah.
certain
You're like, I gotta go.
Yeah. I gotta go. No, can't do it.
We gotta
Can't do
go.
it. I cannot go to the
Get us outta
bathroom
here.
here because the wall is melting. Okay. I cannot use it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
certain pictures on the wall, just certain ones though were melting and others were like stretching, but it was only certain things. And the rest of everything else around it looked completely normal. And it was like, okay, what's happening here? And of course the music, and there was lots of people, and you're in a strange environment. It's a place we've been before and we're comfortable, but it's not home. It's not, you're not totally let go because you're in public. You're out,
Well, we know we're in good
and I
hands
mean, that all goes to environment, right? Yeah, we're in
Being
good.
in
We're in
public
very
just
good
makes
hands
it that
there. I
much
would
more
have no problem
interesting.
falling down and going on the couch.
When
exactly.
we left, they
different.
sent security to watch over us to make sure we safely got in our Ubers.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
right.
know.
There was guards there making sure we were good until we happily
And they were
drove
having a
away
good
in our
chuckle.
designated vehicle.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it
For
was
sure.
great. They take good care of you there. They take very,
After-
very good care of you.
Yeah.
But if we would have done the same thing at the Airbnb, would the experience have been different for everyone?
Oh yeah,
That's
for
where I
sure.
was going with that.
I
It's
think
all
so,
about
yes.
environment, right?
I think so, yes. I think so. I think everybody would have experienced something much, much more different than what we did being out in public in a karaoke environment, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We did
For
dinner,
sure.
and then next thing we knew that the karaoke started, right? So by then
That's right.
we were starting to feel the effects.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Boy,
You know what I
were
mean?
we?
Yeah. And at that point, it was out of our control. Whatever happened on that stage was what happened. We had no control
Well, I do.
over it.
I think it was the buildup of the hype of the karaoke as well, the music and the ambiance and everything, right?
Yeah.
As to if we would have stayed at the Airbnb, the ambiance I think would have been much more calmer,
More chill, yeah.
Right. More like
more
a camping
chill.
experience versus a bar experience.
I'm wondering if you would have got your reset, JJ, at the Airbnb.
More
maybe, eh?
Probably, because being out in public the way we were, yes,
Your guard
I
is
still
up a
have,
little bit. You're out.
Yes,
right.
I am out, and I have to keep aware of my surroundings and who's around me. I guard my emotions and my feelings very, very much. So to just, how should I say it? To just lose it, to release the way that I usually do out in public is a big no, man. Big no.
Right, because those releases don't
Yeah.
always look pretty or happy.
That's right.
Even
That's
though
right.
the
That's
end result
right.
is pretty and happy.
That's right.
Sometimes you're right. You don't want to necessarily show that in front of a whole bunch of people you don't know in a public space versus like being with some close friends and just in a chill environment where there's no judgment and no
Well, that's
it's
the thing,
totally
right?
different.
Somebody that doesn't know you could very well judge you and say, "Oh well, okay, well maybe she needs an ambulance. Maybe she's losing it. Maybe you know what I mean? Like, what the hell is wrong with her? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
that little voice is in the back of your head, just going, "Well, you better be careful because somebody's watching you." And
exactly.
It keeps you on your toes a little bit, keeps you grounded much more than if you're in a relaxed environment, right?
That's right. That's right. So I was relaxed enough to let it work as a high, but not enough to let it work as medicine.
Yeah.
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 And that's okay too, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Where with Courtney being a brand newbie, she didn't really have an option. We gave her enough where she had a reset.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
did. Yeah.
That's right. And I think too, from like, I mean, from all the years that I've consumed mushrooms, whether I was subconsciously doing it for medical reasons or not, I've always been able to guide when and where I allow my reset to happen.
Yeah.
And
control
and I've always been able to control in what type of environment I let my reset happen as well.
Yeah.
And so, and for Courtney, she didn't get that choice. Being a newbie, that was no, man.
Yeah,
this is what's happening, and you're gonna do this right then and now. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did so well with it.
She did so.
I think we were more worried about it. She was worried about herself initially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, she was my mother had taken care of her.
Yeah. She was glad to get out of that environment though in the end, like because when she was outside and away from all the stimulus, it was less overwhelming for her, and then she was able to really I think benefit from the reset, right? Because she was for a bit there, I think overstimulated in the whole thing, and was trying to cope with that, and that we saw that and we were like, nope, let's take her home. And by the time we got her out of there, we knew she was okay. We're like, okay, she's got this. And then she absolutely, like, it was so magical being on the ride home, because she just like was like, this is so beautiful. And it just was like a total transformation for her. And she talked my ear off all the way home. It was hard to hear though, because we were in the Uber and I was trying to, like, not trip out because I was tripping. Well, like here I am in Toronto in an Uber with 2 other people high on mushrooms and not quite sure what's going on, but we're all gonna make it home.
We're going with it. We're gonna make it home. He knows where we're going.
apparently, I hope
I'm
he
just-
knows where we're going.
I'm just glad our Uber.
I don't know.
I'm just glad our Uber driver didn't kick us out and leave us on the side of the fucking road. Like,
Oh no! I thought he was taking us to the nut house, man. I thought he was gonna
For
pull
sure.
in front of, like, you know, the what do they call it? Cam H. Right?
Yeah.
Cam H down in Toronto. That's what I thought for sure. That's where he was taking us, to the nearest hospital.
3 rubber rooms, please.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh my word! Yeah.
Your cab ride, your Uber ride, Tara, was far
peaceful.
different than our Uber ride. It
Yeah.
was peaceful.
It was trippy,
you,
but it was
Cindy,
peaceful.
and Courtney. Yeah, you, Cindy, and Courtney were in one car, and JJ, Kathy, and myself were in the other car. We needed 2 Ubers in order to get us all back to the Airbnb.
That driver will
it was
never
time
forget
to leave.
us.
I think we were all in agreement it was time to leave. No, it was quite the ride. Outside, whilst waiting for the Uber, Tara had already left with everybody else. JJ was sitting on it's a square, like, small platform patio thing that you stand on before you go into the door of the venue we were at. So this railed off, little square patio thing where you go in, entrance way. We're sitting on the outer edge of it.
JJ's on
at
one side, Kim's around the corner.
I'm on the other side. On the other side, around the corner, facing the other way. Now, when I'm sitting there and I've got my back in the corner and I'm like this. I'm pinned against that wall because in my brain, the wall is falling. I'm holding up the wall. I'm melting in with the wall. It's like me and the wall, man. We're here, right? Okay, I got this wall, right? We got the wall. It's good. We got the wall. JJ's on the other side. We're all trying to talk. Kathy's walking up and down in the middle on the sidewalk in front. She's trying to talk to JJ. Then she walks back over to me and talks to me. Then she goes in the middle and she goes, all right, you're going to move over here because I want you all in one place where I can keep an eye on you. And I looked at her and I said, who the fuck keeping an eye on you?
Oh, Kathy. Hilarious.
But to answer that question, there was a bouncer, he was leaning against a car a few cars down the road.
Yeah, they sent him out to watch us.
Yes, well, he was entertained.
He was a babysitter, but Kathy tried to take over. But he had all 3 of us in his sights, man. He's watching that shit. He's making sure it was all good. So yeah, then we got into the car, and for some reason, I was high as shit. And for some reason, these things come into your head when you're in this state, and there's no getting rid of it now. It's there, and it's staying there, and it pops into my head. Oh God, JJ's gonna get out of the car when we're driving. Don't know where it came from. Don't know why it popped into my head, but it did.
Because we made her sit in the middle.
JJ was going to get out of the car when we were driving. So when the car got there, I opened the door and she said, get in. And I said, no, you get in. And I pushed her and I put her in the car. And then I got in. So JJ's in the middle. JJ's claustrophobic. JJ is not supposed to be in the middle. She needs to have the window.
Sorry, babe. I didn't know that. I know now, though.
I put her in the middle.
Oops.
I knew this, and I still put
I
her
ran
in the
around
middle.
the other side. I didn't give her a choice. I'm not.
So
I
JJ's
ran around
in
the
middle
other side. That's
in a
it.
top hat. Alice in Wonderland top hat. Alice Cooper makeup because we have been now laughing for 4 hours. And so Alice Cooper mascara is going on. All of us have the Alice Cooper thing going on with the mascara. And JJ's sitting in the middle, eyeball to eyeball with our Uber driver in his rear view mirror with JJ in her top hat and her Alice Cooper makeup. And she leans forward and whispers to the guy, let me out. Oh my God, this guy's eyeballs just popped out of his head. He looked like, I don't know, the worst thing he ever seen just walked in front of his face. He was terrified. Just the look of terror on this poor man's face. And I'm watching all of this in the rearview mirror, and I'm now in the corner of the cab because now I got to hold the seats and the door up because I'm melting into the seat and the door, and I'm getting further and further and further down into my chair. And as we go, I'm further and I'm further down here, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? How's it going, everybody? And JJ's just sitting there going, let me out, let me out. And then this one down here, where are you? Right there. That one right there. Right there. Right there.
Miss Kathy.
She leans over in the most calmest, normal voice and says, put the taser away. She's okay. And sits back. Now the guy's eyes are big again, thinking I got a taser. JJ's ready for
I
the
kept
limousine,
telling
and
him.
I got a taser.
Yeah, I kept
And
telling
I
him, don't
can't
mind
stop
us. We're
laughing.
good girls. It started when we got in the cab
Good
before
girls.
the taser even. Don't mind us. We're just
Yeah,
having a really good time.
Good girls.
We're good girls.
We're having
Well,
fun.
I am,
You
but
have
you might
fun.
want to watch out for the one in the hat. She's a little sketchy. And the other one in the
That's
corner,
what she said
Kim,
to the guy.
Kim,
One
put
in the
your
hat's
taser
sketchy.
away.
And JJ's going, let me out. Kim, put the taser away. This poor freaking Uber driver. Oh my Lord.
I think
I'm
if you could
sinking
have,
further and further in my chair. I can't even talk anymore because I can't stop laughing. And I just kept saying, oh, I'm sorry.
oh my God.
I'm so sorry. And
JJ
over
kept
and over
saying,
and over
"Let
again.
me
For
out."
Let me
20
out.
minutes all the way home. And I just kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. In between my hysterical laughter, I was just so sorry. I'm so sorry. When we all finally got out of the car, I always have a $5 bill for my Uber drivers. No matter which Uber I take, I give them a $5 bill as a tip in cash that isn't trackable for them, right? So I got this
Throwing
$5
money
bill
at this
in
poor
my
guy.
hand, and I'm ready to give it to the driver. And I'm still saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I look at this 5 and I'm like, here, no, that's not enough. And now I'm in my purse and I'm
Oh,
looking for
here.
more money. And it's like, here, have some more. Here, have some more. I
Take some
kept throwing
more.
$5 bills at this guy like he's some kind of
Yeah.
fucking stripper. And it's like, here, have some more, have some more. I wound up paying this guy more in tips than the fare
And
was to get
yeah.
home.
And then you tipped him again the next morning. More. Give him more in the
The
morning.
next morning, I got a thing on the app comes in and it says, "Oh, rate your driver. Would you like to give him another tip?" Yeah, sure. Let's give him another
Yes.
$5,
Yes.
man. We'll top it off with another $5, man. This guy made more money than the local stripper that night off of one song. I'm telling you.
Good times. Good times.
Unbelievable night with some unbelievable ladies. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go to commercial break and pay some bills, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue our conversation with Mama J, Jacinthe Jette, Tarra Simpson, and Kathy Peekaboo. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, that works.
Kathy Peekaboo.
Yeah.
Here on Open Your Eyes. So please stay with us and join us for some more interesting conversation with the ladies when we get back from our commercial break as soon as I find it. There it is. Peace. Next week on Psychedelic Tuesdays here on Pace Radio. Tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Psychedelic Reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the newswires for stories being reported in mainstream media on the psychedelic front, and passing them on to joint hosts Cindy Howell and me, Kim Cooper, so we can bring them to you, our listeners, in this 60-minute video news podcast. Join us on Psychedelic Tuesdays each week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for all your news and information from the world of psychedelic medicine.
Hey, man. Psychedelic Tuesdays at 7 p.m. here on paceradio.net.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
BMA Hydroponics has everything you need to succeed. Visit our hydroponic superstore at 404 Maitland Drive in Belleville, and we'll show you how to grow your own quality cannabis for pennies per gram. We're open Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Thursdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 613-967-9888. BMA Hydroponics. It's worth the drive. The only way to go.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CP. The Pace Radio Network is the place to be for all your information from the world of psychedelics, because we are pleased to bring our listeners 2 shows focusing on psychedelic therapy in the world of natural medicine. First up, we have Open Your Eye, which airs on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of each month. Open Your Eye is a 90-minute video podcast with Kim Cooper and Cindy Howell interviewing patients and professionals in the space. Patient stories, facilitators, lawyers, and others discuss their journeys and endeavors involving psychedelic medicine. But they're not done, because Kim and Cindy are back on alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. with psychedelic reporters as they bring along the show's mascot, Bufo, aka the Colorado Mud Toad, who is scouring the news wires for all the latest in psychedelic news. He then passes it on to Kim and Cindy to cover in this 60-minute video news podcast. So tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Psychedelic Tuesdays right here on the Pace Radio Network, found at paceradio.net.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
The People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada is an organization working to improve cannabis legalization in Canada. They have a mission and values that includes all Canadians, no matter where they come from. The values are including everyone, as no one should be excluded from participating, equality, diversity, advocacy, along with cannabis education and research, plus industry, safety, and professional standards. If this is an organization that has the same values as you, check them out at peoplesallianceofcannabisincanada.ca. Once again, peoplesallianceofcannabisincanada.ca. Check them out.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
And we're back from our medication session here on Open Your Eye on the Pace Radio Network, broadcasted on our website at paceradio.net, as well as our social media sites on Facebook under Open Your Eye and Pace Radio Network. Normally, I'm joined at this time by my joint host, Cindy Howell, and she is off tonight. We wish her all the best in what's going on with her, and hope that she's back on her feet again in no time. And with that, I'm going to bring back in tonight's guests. We've got once again, Tarra's in the house, and JJ's in the house, and Kathy is in the house. Hey, ladies, you have a good medication session?
Yeah.
Dab it. Everybody was dabbing. We're all hacking up along together. Had 3 minutes to breathe. Absolutely. All right. Well, I want to come back with a little bit of discussion from the other two ladies. We heard about JJ's reset recently with LSD. That was a lot of fun. I want to go to Kathy and Tarra. You guys are like the dynamic duo out there in your neck of the woods, going about doing lots of stuff together, and you guys hang out quite a bit. Tell us a little bit about you guys' journey. Like Tarra, I know you do a lot of mega doses, like, and as well as various experience with various strains on microdosing. So talk to us about some of the effects of different strains, and then we'll jump to Kathy.
Yeah, so last night I did everything I had to do for the day, and I decided I was going to microdose. Initially, that was the plan, was to just microdose. And I had I had these capsules, not ones that I personally make, but ones that had been gifted to me at another event. And they're what they call hero doses. So they're still a microdose, but they're a 0.3 versus a 0.2. So they're like a 0.33 or whatever. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to take 2. So I took 2, and about an hour later, I thought, you know what? I got nothing else to do, and took 2 more. So to say the least, I had a
4
really
hero
good evening.
doses.
I watched a number of documentaries last night that were fantastic. I just had a really relaxed, chill night, and I wouldn't say high. And 4 of those capsules would be just over a gram. And these capsules are interesting because they're 2 strains. They're Penis Envy and Amazonians mixed, the way they have theirs set up. So you're mixing strains. Again, just a really chill, like, sat in my room, watched a bunch of documentaries. One of them was on fabulous fungi. So that was kind of cool because it was kind of trippy and neat.
Great.
And then I watched another one on psychedelics because I thought that was fitting. And it was really cool too. I've seen it before, but I didn't realize I had seen it until I started watching it. And then I was like, well, I'm here already. Let's watch it again. So it was good.
Yeah, for sure.
I quite enjoyed it, but I was not like high like I was that night on a gram of B+. Totally different experience. Right. But again, I think setting versus, environment or who you're with can really play a part in how your experience goes, right? By myself, I did over a gram, and I wasn't like giddy and tears running down my face laughing. I just relaxed and chill and enjoying my night. Time seemed to, it was weird. That's one thing I did notice was time almost like stood still, and then it was gone, and then stood still for a bit, and then it was gone. It was like, hard to explain, if you know what I mean. Like, you look at the clock and you're like, oh, okay, it's only 4:30. And then next thing it's like an hour later, but then it seemed like it stayed there for a while. And then I looked at the time again, and I was like, oh my God, it's gone again. Where did the time? It was very bizarre. But beyond that,
time warp,
beyond that, I wasn't like out of my mind high on a gram of mixed mushrooms. But I do enjoy B+. B+ is one of my favorite strains right now. I find it really, really uplifting.
Yeah.
Versus like for me, a golden teacher is more like just want to go and sit and do some thinking by myself. I don't really
I sleep on golden teachers. I wind up in bed.
Yeah.
Golden teachers put me to sleep.
Yeah. I get pretty mellow on those too. Yeah.
For sure.
I go to bed.
So different strains.
In a microdose though. If I take them in a large dose, that's fun.
Well, no, but you need a lot of golden teachers to take a large dose of those to get.
Yeah, they're pretty mild.
They're pretty mild.
Yeah.
And with microdosing, golden teachers has been my go-to strain for a long time, and I think I'm going to change it up because I find that I just go to bed.
Right.
It used to be uplifting for me, but now it's like within an hour. I'll get the uplifting effect, but that only lasts for about an hour, and then it's like, oh, I need to rest, and I have to go to bed, and I'm feeling the effects of a low dose mushroom, because my microdoses are never quite microdoses; they're usually a little bit more than a microdose. So I do feel the effect of it and everything. So I'll lay in my bed and sort of have my floating time.
Yes.
While I'm laying in my bed and just gently drift off. And then you wake up and it's like an hour and a half later and you feel great.
Exactly. And I find that too. Some strains make me feel kind of almost like I just want to curl up and have a little rest and have a little sleep. Yeah. And then other strains, I feel more creative. I get stuff done around my house. Like if I'm having one of those days where I can't get anything started and I almost feel scattered and just like I'm going in circles and not accomplishing anything. And I take a microdose of like a B+. I'm like, within an hour, I'm like, okay, and this is organized, and let's do this now, and let's get this done, and I can function. So maybe there's some science to that too, where our bodies need rest, so we need to microdose with certain strains in order to get that rest. Because as you know, I'm a bit of an insomniac. I don't sleep always the best, and even when I sleep, I don't get restful sleep. But I slept great last night. And I slept on 4 of those capsules. So, and by the way, I took 2 before the show. So just for something to do.
Why not? Yeah.
Another little microdose.
A little mini microdose. For you, it's a mini microdose. For others, maybe not so much.
It would be 0.6 of a gram roughly, right? So it's still for me, that's still a microdose. Anything like under a gram, but again, it depends on what I have to do too, right? Some days I have to stick with a 0.2 if I've got to do certain things or drive, or other days if I don't have anything else to do, I can do a higher microdose and I still get the benefits, and sometimes I think I get better benefits from that higher microdose.
I agree. I'm the same. I'm the same. The microdoses, I've been doing them for about 2.5, 3 years now with the microdoses of the golden teachers. And I'm finding that it's not the same as it was when I initially started. I need to change up the strain, I believe, and I need to change up the dosage if I stay on this strain. Because it's not giving the same effect anymore. I'm having to do it more often. And the next day after doing it, it's like, well, I don't feel like I did a microdose yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that's my body telling me this regime isn't working for you anymore. And that's tolerance, right? After doing it for so long, you build tolerance.
Definitely.
Yeah.
See, I don't microdose every day.
So how about you, Kathy? No. But what you do, you go on like sort of binges from what I've seen.
Yes. There's like a little pattern.
It's like, okay, this week I am eating mushrooms all week, every day. I'm microdosing today, tomorrow, tonight, 3 times today, and 4 times tomorrow. Yeah. And then it's then nothing. Then nothing.
Yeah, I go in spurts.
I gotta get shit done.
Yeah, I go in spurts. It depends though, right? Like I don't like to do them by myself. I like to do them when I'm hanging out with other people. So sometimes I'll take one, like with my friends, I'll take 1 capsule. We'll take a capsule each, or we'll spread it out. for example, when we went to, not Oneida, when we went out to Camp at Al's.
Oh, okay, Alderville.
Yeah.
When we went to Alderville, right? When we went there, I ended up taking just over a gram over the course of an entire day. Right? I started off my day.
Doses throughout the day.
Yeah, like a single 0.2 microdose capsule throughout the course of the day. I started my day that way. It was pretty great. I had a great time. It was an up and down, peak and valley kind of buzz, but at the end of the day, it's more than I would normally take.
Right.
I wouldn't
you're not.
I wouldn't just take a gram
and be like, "Let's go."
Right? Yeah. Like when we did the dinner, the only reason I did the gram that night was because everybody else was doing it, and I was in good company. The atmosphere was right. Everything about it was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
you wouldn't do that in an environment where you weren't 100% comfortable. I know you. You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look what happened to me last year at Grand Bend. That was fun. So our friend.
That was fun. That was a wax night.
up until this point. So let me start by saying, when I was younger, I used to eat a lot of mushrooms, and I mean a lot. For like 20 some odd years, I didn't touch them. Went to a concert, took a little teeny weeny piece of a stem, had a great time. So much fun. We left early because what do we know? I go to Grand Bend with Tara and some other friends, and one of our friends, John, had offered me some shrooms. I'm like, absolutely. Put some in my sandwich. I don't know what I'm doing.
Put some
I'm an old pro
in her sandwich.
Right? I don't give a shit. What's going to happen? What's the worst that's going to happen? Right? I might puke. Oh, no.
Put a handful of shrooms in the sandwich.
Right? Let me tell you. Oh, my good Lord. I was not expecting the buzz that I got. I had to go lay down. It took me a while, but I had to go lay down. I had to. Then Tara comes in, and I'm laying there. I got one arm like this, one arm on my stomach just to stop. Everything was spinning separately. One foot on the floor because the room was moving. She comes in, everything's so great. I'm having a great time. No, this is awesome. I'm loving this. Can't move. I can't move. I don't know what's going on around me, but it's great. Whatever it is, it's fucking awesome. She says, "Here, you want a gummy? You want a nerd gummy?" I said, "No. Of course not. I don't need one of those." Yes.
No, but you ate it.
And then she got THC'd.
Which just enhances everything. Just amazing.
Right? So, yeah. That was the last time I did a large dose. I stick to the microdoses unless I'm going to be. And then we went out, and that was a gram. Well, and then the microdose that we took before we left, right? But because I think because I took it all at once is why I peaked as good as I did, as opposed to the microdoses, right? When I take the microdoses, I get the little tiny bursts, like a little.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like, ooh.
A shot once an hour versus
a
whole bottle in 5 seconds, right?
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Wait, JJ's down there crying. You've got her in tears, Kathy.
Oh my God. Yeah, Kathy and I have had some fun trips, man.
Oh yeah.
Grand Bend was epic last year. That was epic.
That was a great time. Oh yeah. But
I still remember the kids camping out in my car and turning my car into a whole light show with all my display lights because they didn't want to sleep in the tent and they didn't want to sleep in the cabin, and they were all shroomed up too. My daughter and her boyfriend. And they turned it into like a terrarium of lights in my car. Slept in my car that night.
Yeah, but Courtney was such a doll. She saw me trying to make my way into the cabin slowly, holding on to stuff because I don't know what the hell's going on. Are you okay, Kathy? I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this. I'm great. She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm awesome. I got this. She's like, if you need any help, I can help you. And I'm like, I'm good. Thanks, babe. I'm all right. I love you, Courtney. Bless you, baby. Oh, yeah.
That was
a good night.
Courtney's first mushroom trip weekend too, and yeah, my daughter's name is Courtney as well. So yeah,
different Courtney.
Yeah,
but
yeah, amazing.
So yeah, I mostly just stick to the microdoses.
These are all great, funny stories. It's fantastic, and I don't think that there is anything wrong with being able to enjoy your medicine.
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely.
Why is it that is demonized? It's like, oh, you're taking a medicine that's supposed to help you. What do you mean you're getting high off of it and enjoying it? Oh my God.
Oh,
you're
no,
right?
right?
You know, and it's like,
If
no. Why is that? Why is it demonized to
if the side effects-
enjoy something that is helping you?
Well,
it's an
that's just
enjoyable
it.
side effect of the medication,
bad side effects.
right?
If the side effects are
so why do we
giggles,
have to have-
munchies, right? If the side effects are giggles, munchies,
but I mean, all of these,
good sleep,
all
those
prescription shit that's out there,
as
right?
opposed to side effects of kidney failure, liver
side
disease.
effects,
yeah,
that are like horrific that we have to accept. Oh, it's part of taking the medication, you know. But if the side effects was, as Kathy was just listing, you know, giggles, munchies, better mood, laughter. Why is it that list is not as acceptable as the bad list? Why is that?
Right. And here's another interesting question. So why is it acceptable for people who are on all these antidepressants to go and drink their face off and self-medicate with alcohol, but we can't enjoy our plant medicine and get a little high off of it and have some fun with it once in a while?
Not to mention the combination of alcohol with prescribed medications is
bad. You don't do it. It's
at least you can mix your plant. At least you can mix your plant-based medicine with alcohol. You can do a little bit of shrooms and have a couple of drinks, or smoke a joint and have a beer. You can mix your plant medicine safely with alcohol if you happen to imbibe. You know, like I'm not much of a drinker myself, but
me either.
I like to have a couple of drinks when I'm eating some shrooms, depending on what
on the
I'm doing.
environment, right?
Around a campfire or something for sure. I wouldn't go to the bar and get high on shrooms and have drinks. That would be too much for me.
Well, see, I would, but it would all depend on who I'm with. How much shrooms am I taking? Are we just going to shoot some pool, or are we going to watch a band? Because if we're going to watch a band, you know, I'll take a gram of shrooms if I'm with the right company.
You know, back in the day, I did mushrooms in the bar all the time. It was a regular thing. We did all kinds of things in the bar back in the day. But I was a teenager in the 70s. Things were different in the clubs in the 70s and in the 80s. There was all kinds of recreational properties going on that were not coming from the bar.
I was a bit of a late bloomer myself, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I was into all of that. I explored all of that. I was a bar brat, and I was out there in Toronto hitting every bloody club there was and dancing my face off and doing all of these recreational drugs at the time for recreation. I was exploring, and I was a rebel, and I did it all. Twice, some things more than that. Even the ones that I didn't like, I did it twice just to make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I can relate to that.
You know, so I mean, I experienced all of
that.
But then today, now being back, I mean, of course, I left all of that behind, you know, grow up and have babies and raise a family and become a respectable citizen and all of that bullshit that we all do in our lives. And now here I am full circle, and the kids are out of the house, and I'm like, so where'd I leave off there? And let's pick that back up. And we're back full circle into the psychedelics again, but now exploring it with a new mind as a medicine.
Yeah.
And looking back
Yeah.
at the old days, you know, a lot of the recreational was medicinal, because what were we trying to drown? What were we running from? What were we covering up? What were we
trying to
band-aiding,
uncover
when we were doing this stuff,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, you look back, and even back in the rec days, I believe it was medicinal even back then without knowing
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You
yeah.
know?
Well, that's what I
Definitely.
said.
Absolutely. But now to do it now in a bar, forget it. I'm not going to the bar high on mushrooms. Not today.
No.
It's a different scene now. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it again.
Yeah. I can only do that if it
Me-
was,
No,
like I
I'm
said, to
not
see a
20
band or something.
anymore. And it would
Yeah.
It would depend on the group of people I'm with.
Yeah,
It
I
would really
couldn't do
depend
it
on the
now.
group of people I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
with. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
JJ, you and I did it for we're on
For when-
mushrooms at Porcus.
Yes. Yes.
We went to Porcus Music Fest, and JJ and I did mushrooms for Porcus Music Fest. And it's like a big outdoor festival with live bands playing, and there's just
Oh yeah, for
camping
sure.
and open air festival, right?
Right.
And
That's the
we did
perfect
that.
environment
But
for that.
But I think that
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
a bar,
You've got
I don't
nature,
know.
you've
I
got music. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That
And
was
like
a fun night.
we got to meet people from all over the place. People come from all over the place for the Rock and Blues Festival in Porcus, right?
Right.
So like I ran into some old friends I hadn't seen since I'd moved away from my hometown, and so on and so forth, and met up with new people that I had just met in the new town where I moved into, and so on and so forth. And like, I mean, Kim and I, we were not the only ones that were enjoying ourselves in a natural way that night. There's a few that I ran into that. There's a few that I ran into.
Several handfuls as well. And I handed out several handfuls that night.
Along with that as well, yes. So it wasn't just the two of us. There was a few of them walking around up there, feeling space jammed pretty much. Yeah.
Having fun.
Space jams. I love it.
So I mean, concerts and that kind of thing. I mean, environment, right? Again, it comes down to environment. So you know, you're in a house party.
Absolutely.
And you know, you've got somebody spilling beer on your head while you're trying to like do DMT or something. It's probably not a good idea.
No.
You know, environment related. Absolutely environment related.
Oh, totally.
So, you know, time and place, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, it depends on how much you're taking too, right?
Yes.
That too.
Yes. And like, I mean, all of these judgments come with experimenting from being a teen into adulthood. Like, I mean, a lot of it, like back in my day, like that's why I said whether I was taking it subconsciously for medicine, or was I actually just wanting to get high? You know what I mean? Like I benefited a lot from it. It kept a lot of the depression and the anxiety away. Throughout the time and stuff like that, because I had a pretty rocky teenage years and stuff, and so it helped guide me through it a lot. Like I did a lot of I was very self-destructive,
Same here.
And
I went through. Yeah.
I find that once I got onto experimenting with mushrooms, that a lot of that self-destruct went away. And it was more looking at it more of a, well, I think it's time to heal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, enough is enough. You've punished yourself enough for whatever reason. And now it's time to let go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
And
that kind of makes a little sense to me too, because like I said, I was a late bloomer, so.
Right.
Sorry,
And
go
as
ahead.
we get older, we understand ourselves better and we understand more
Yeah.
what we're trying to seek or gain from what we're doing, right?
Yeah,
From
yeah.
every action has a reaction, right? So I think when we were younger, it was more like, oh, we're just experimenting and try anything to make whatever it was go away or to make us feel different. But we didn't understand that what we were actually doing was medicating to improve our mental state from whatever we were going through or whatever the case was for all of us as youth, right? And now that we're older, we're like, whoa, yeah, it's cool. We get high off of it, but we're actually using it to benefit in the same way we're supposed to from pharmaceuticals.
We just got kick-ass side effects, that's all.
Right.
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 We got the best side effects with natural meds for sure. And not to mention been there, done that. I won't take that crap anymore. It's not good for your body. When your body goes through like literally dope sickness coming off of Cymbalta, which is an antidepressant, to the point that you are literally physically sick and having like body zaps and so on and so forth. That shouldn't happen. Antidepressants shouldn't be habit forming for one, and they should not make you sick coming off of it. I don't get that if I don't take a microdose for a week. I won't be slave to a medication that A, doesn't work for me, and B, makes me sicker than I need to be.
Right.
So,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
See, I grew up around addicts and stuff, prescription drug addicts, recreational drug addicts, and
same.
I learned from watching. I learned from my environment. I didn't let it. Right. I mean, I'm a product of my environment to an extent, but I'm a product of my environment to the other extent.
You didn't become it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I can probably tell you, I can probably list all the times I've had a prescription for anything besides an antibiotic. I don't take pharmaceuticals for any reason unless I absolutely have to, because I don't get addicted. The only thing I'm addicted to is nicotine, caffeine, and THC. Those are my addictions. And I mean, chocolate and
well, we all have our food addictions are they're just wants and needs.
So
special category. Special
But
category
I mean,
for food substances for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna touch that, but yeah.
So recently I got something in our Toronto trip that I had stashed away in my fridge, and I pulled it out the other day. One of those little mini chocolate bars that are infused. And they
how
come
did you
with
like
little
that?
squares, and each square is a certain milligrams, so you can decide how many squares of the chocolate you want to eat, and titrate your dosage that way. So I had a couple of the squares of the chocolate bar, and I was pleasantly surprised. Have you guys had experience with the infused chocolate?
Yeah, our own.
I've had the wonky bars. I have tried them, and I would have to say they hit pretty hard for a chocolate bar. But our stuff, I find, does the same thing. Yeah, but those wonky bars, I'm telling you, they're pretty like. If you're taking 2 squares, you're getting a gram. And when it hits, it's almost like, so if you eat mushrooms themselves and you chew them and take that time, you get a little bit of the high at first, and then you go through the digestive high. I'm telling you, when you put it in an edible and it hits bottom and it finally gets digested, it's like, bam.
Bam.
It's not
all at once.
Ooh, we're just going to go up a little bit. And
Especially if it's a chocolate.
It's literally kaboom. And it is. The chocolate takes a long time
Yeah.
to
Chocolate
digest.
really,
Is like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. When it hits, it's like, whoa.
It puts it into
what was that?
overdrive.
Yeah.
How many squares did you eat, Kim?
Yeah, it puts it a little bit into overdrive.
Yeah.
2.
Just 2. Yeah. So that's a good dose. It's a gram. Because I think
Never
each
had the
square works out
privilege.
to like a 0.5 or something, right? So, yeah, a gram's
I think so.
decent. I just don't know what strain they use in their product. So
yeah, that's my biggest thing. Is with a lot of the manufacturers. Now I know you guys are a manufacturer too, but a lot of the manufacturers of the new products out there that contain, microdoses of different psychedelics, mostly psilocybin, they don't list the strain, and like cannabis, strain is so very important. I mean, we discussed that from beginning to end tonight on this show, talking about the different effects from different mushrooms. Strain and setting are the utmost important on anybody that is doing this, especially as a medicine. Why are we not listing the strain? Any idea?
Yeah, all of our, I don't know. Our stuff is all very strain specific.
Yeah, we list everything.
Everything, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and we have a variety of strains and a
why don't
variety
other
of
people?
treats.
Any idea why they aren't?
Unless they're somehow siphoning the psilocybin straight out of the plant and then just using the extract, I couldn't tell you. I guess maybe because in a microdose, if you're only doing the microdose, there's really not much of a difference between strains. You know what I mean? Like for me, myself, microdoses, I can tell the difference between strains, but that's because I don't do them often. When I do them, I only do 1 or maybe 2 capsules at a time. I might do a gram, but if I do, it's over the course of an entire day, that kind of a thing. I forgot what I was saying.
So the strains don't make a difference to you what kind it is if you're doing a microdose?
Well, they do to me because I don't take them frequently, right? I
So
do
for
find that
somebody like Kim and myself and Tarra, then the strain wouldn't matter as a microdose.
Not as a microdose, yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
for
well,
me.
see,
It makes it like
how often are you?
My golden teachers put me to bed, so I need to find a new strain.
Yeah.
Well, how often are you doing
so
them, and
even on a
what is your
level,
microdose?
I go to bed.
Yeah. Well, what's your microdose level?
See, I
right.
don't
See, for
measure
me, I'm
mine.
like,
I pull my mushrooms out of the bag, and I look at it and I go, "Yeah, that looks good." And
that's the microdose for the day.
Yeah. See, now I do that when I'm just.
I'm not doing it the way everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
I'm winging it big time.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes when I'm in a more relaxed party type atmosphere. But if I'm just microdosing, I'm taking I take the 0.2. So the lowest microdose you can get, right? So, and if I take them on an empty stomach, that's even better because.
When they hit bottom.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But my favorite strains right now are the Z's. I love those. Those are like.
You really like those ones, eh?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I like the Brazilians too. They give me a bit of a. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brazilians give me kind of a rubbery woo effect.
Okay.
But the Z's, I like the Z's. The Z's are really like, let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go there.
I heard from everything I heard and read on Z's, they are a very intense strain. Like, so they're not for your beginner mushroom user.
No. And I wouldn't just take a gram off the hop, right? I would take a gram in microdoses throughout the course of a day. The only way I would eat a gram of these in one foul swallow is if I was going to be in like a Planet Paradise type of night. if we're going to be doing something like that.
Going
You
out
know what I
again.
mean? Then I could.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
So when are we all doing an Airbnb in Toronto and going out again? Come on.
Dude,
Yes.
I'm down. For sure.
Yeah, I think
That'd
we're
be a
all in.
blast.
I think we're all
We
in.
We
gotta
can-
get some GoPros though, and like film our whole night, like
Yeah.
just wear cameras around, and then like edit it later and put it into a show.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my.
We can hashtag
Oh,
it shenanigans.
Yes.
JJ's like, no, man, no. She's already saying, nope, nope,
No.
nope.
Psychedelic reporter gone live.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Gone wild.
Live on scene.
Yeah.
Live on scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That would be cool.
Oh,
Could you
that would be
imagine?
cool.
Yep,
It'd be
yep,
like a
yep.
reality show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be. It would be.
It would
be
be.
close to a reality show. That's for sure. That's for
We'll have to
sure.
do it.
Yeah, edible scene is really taking off. I think. I know you guys are in the biz, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a couple minutes to wish you as well on that and the entrepreneurial ship that you guys have
Thank
got
you.
going on. You got some awesome products, so let's give you a few minutes to plug it. So go ahead, Tara. Tell us about your products.
So we have like a whole line of mushroom goodies from Oreos and Fudgios to chocolate bars, capsules. We do a little bit of everything on the psychedelic front. So
Yeah. We got nut
we're doing a lot
brittles
more
and chocolate bars.
Yeah, and strain specific, which people are really liking. Because again, some people don't like certain strains, and if they're gonna purchase something that they're going to ingest, they want to make sure that they're not going to like have a bad trip or not enjoy themselves. So they can get what they want. And with our kind of our production, shall we say, protocols, we guarantee accuracy. Because everything's
Absolutely.
done craft, custom, hand infused, like
Literally hand infused.
Yes. It's a labor of love, isn't it, Kathy?
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. See, I've been doing the THC line for a long time. And Kathy kind of got to see a little bit of what I did. And then when we put our stuff into production, she was like, holy shit, this is a lot of work. I'm like, dude, you think this is a lot of work? Try doing 2 lines.
Yeah.
Because I do both, right? Luckily,
Yeah.
you know, it gets crazy. In fact, you know, there were days where Kathy was coming to do production and I've got to put all my stuff away and like out of the way. So now we can get our stuff out and do stuff in the workshop without cross contaminating, or, you know what I mean? Cause I mean, mushroom dust gets everywhere. Ask Kathy. Ask Kathy. She found out
Now, that was a lesson that was fun learning, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. You can definitely get a contact high off of
Cleaning up
mushrooms.
mushroom dust.
Yes.
Floating in the air. I'm licking my lips.
Mushroom dust.
All done.
All done.
Oh, yeah.
JJ
That
knows
was
that
fun.
from making healthy highs, licking your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
I sure do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
sure
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, was she ever like, why am I all of a sudden
What is going on? Something's weird.
I'm
I don't feel right. I'm like, whoa. All right, I feel normal again.
She says.
Oh, yeah, 3 times. It was like, wee. And then I was like, woo. And then I was like, wee. And then I was like, woo. And then I was like, wee. Like, woo. And then I was like, all right, this is good.
Then we figured it out. Kathy was doing all the weighing. And of course,
the grinding and
you know, as
fucking,
you're pouring it into cups, you're getting little bits in the air. It's getting on her lips. It's on her skin, right? So she's absorbing it topically. Oh yeah, boy, was she one high girl. And unexpectedly, right? She wasn't expecting to become high while working.
we'd never done it before. I didn't know.
Hours maybe, but
yeah.
Not while she was trying to
learning
weigh things
experience.
Up.
Yeah. Of all the learning experiences I've had in my life, that one was not so bad.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
There's a benefits. When learning comes with a bonus, it's always good, right?
Right? Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some lessons are worth learning.
Definitely.
Right on. Right on. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you. JJ, Mama J, happiest of birthdays to you. I'm glad you had an excellent weekend and you got a reset in and an experience with LSD after being microdosing for all this time and learning about psilocybin, advancing into LSD and having a trip for your birthday. Well, that's always fun too, right?
Absolutely.
Right? It was.
Absolutely.
It was great. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's not a problem. Always love having JJ on with us. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, ladies, and filling in the gap here on Open Your Eye. We had a last minute cancellation. I'm going to give a shout out to Mark Whitaker, who was supposed to be our scheduled guest for this evening's show, but he had to go and deal with a family emergency. So hopefully everything works out okay for Mark in his future, and we will try and book Mark on a future show when life settles down and get him back in here to talk about some of his experiences with psychedelics and psychedelic medicine and the use of natural plant therapy. Shout out as well to Cindy Howell, my joint host, who is not with us this evening and is also off sick, so dealing with something on her end. So shout out to Cindy and best wishes to get well soon. And she'll be back in the joint host chair next week on our show 1 week from tonight. Psychedelic Reporters, the brand new newscast where we have a focus on what is making mainstream media news in the psychedelic front. Thank you for joining us here on the Pace Radio Network. And I am back next week with Cindy. And we'll see you ladies out there on social media.
Peace.
For
Take care, ladies.
Take care. Peace.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
everybody. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
The People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network provides its listeners with news, information, and a place to be heard. This is done with a twice-weekly broadcast of the Reefer Reporters and by providing cannabis advocates a place to be heard through Cannabis and Coffee to Marijuana and the award-winning Pace Radio Show. Catch it all here at paceradio.net.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
What is the People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network? It's a network of people advocating cannabis education.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CP.
Who has huge buds? You do. If you shop at BMA Hydroponics, attend one of BMA's educational seminars and learn the secrets of growing, harvesting, processing, and consuming quality cannabis and cannabis products. Learn how to make better extracts, edibles, and medicinal creams at prices you can afford. Visit BMA Hydroponics at 404 Maitland Drive, Belleville, or call 613-967-9888.
The only way to go.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.